The eyes. You kind of like give them that glance. You kind of hold it for a little bit too long. It's like almost creepy, but it's not there yet. And then like it's not slow or it's not quick enough. They're like, oh, she's not interested.
To like make sure you're looking at them, they know you're looking at them without being like a stalker, because you don't want to be a stalker.
Yeah.
So ditto eyes.
I'm very, I guess, when I'm talking to somebody, I look into their eyes and I'm engaged and I listen to what they actually have to say, because sometimes you're just like, yeah, oh, that's cool, yeah, but it's like, really, tell me more. That's so interesting. And you look engaged, you look like you're interested in what they have to say, because you're interested in them. You may not be interested in what they're talking about. Sometimes you can give like that longing look, just like.
Okay, I guess I have to say I smile too. I don't know, I don't really pay attention. I'll move close to them and kind of lean their way a little bit, but other than that, I use a lot of verbal tonnage, I guess. So
yes, I do. I like to smile a lot. So if it's like a really attractive guy that I like, if he's passing me, I like to smile a lot at him. I may wave at him, like, if he's walking my way, kind of like, strategically put myself in his path, to talk to him or something like that, Yeah, so that's what I kind of do. I try not to make it be creepy or anything, but, in a friendly type of way. Be like, hey, I'm here. How you doing? So that's what I do.
I use my eyes a lot, and I lick my lip. I give them like that little, just like that. You feel me?
Show them what's up.
Yeah, a little charm.
Non-verbally, I would say, I just give them the smile. I just give them that whenever they look my way, flash those pearly whites their way, and let nature do its thing.
Okay, good.
give the camera the smile.
Hey, how are you?
Well, I'm not very subtle, so most of it's probably verbal. Non-verbal, I'd actually get close to you. I'm weird about physical contact. I don't like when people touch me. So if I let you get anywhere within like a foot, we're flirting. So.
Non-verbally. I have this thing that I kind of do. My friends tell me it's I do this bite look thing. Where I kind of smile is what I kind of do when I'm looking at a guy or I'm really interested. It's I don't know that I do it, but I don't know, when I'm really interested in someone, I tend to bite my lip and make direct eye contact, and it tends to work for me for some reason.
I don't know. I feel like just anything to grab attention, you do. Like you don't even subconsciously, like you'll do like your hair, or you'll do something like girls will like move something, guys will like cough or whatever. Like I noticed that. It's so weird, but I noticed that. It's like
big clothing.
Yeah, and it's not even like subconsciously. It's fine.
I'm not sure. I just know males are like more, like she said, dominant. Like they'll show that they like you more. If that makes any sense. Like with nonverbals, you can tell most likely when a guy likes you just by like the way his persona is, or like how his body language is. Like you can just tell. And girls are kind of like more calm and reserved.
I think, talking from personal experience, I think males may be a little more aggressive, a little more self-deprecating at times. Maybe put themselves in a goofy situation. I know I've been guilty of that a few times.
I think with males they're a little more dominant, and then females, it's more nonchalant.
I think women especially are, they'll play a little bit of a game, I've noticed. And, they'll say, oh, I don't look very good today, that kind of thing. Just try to fish for compliments or try to get their attention in any way they can.
From what I've seen, in my limited experience, guys sort of like puff up, try to make themselves look bigger, and girls are like, honestly, they try to make themselves look smaller, which is probably somehow deeply sexist, but they just do. They try to make themselves look like you could domesticate them, which sounds very basic, but it's true. I think it's something we can't really help but do.
I would say yes. A lot of your characteristics, not characteristics, but like how you talk to them changes. I know it does for me personally.
Yeah, my voice gets like higher.
Well, I do feel like sometimes I do get maybe a little bit more high pitched to sound more feminine. But other than that, no. I mean, hopefully I don't go really low, you know. But
How are you doing?
like short or get down on the floor.
I can hear myself getting higher when I talk to somebody I think is attractive, or I get a little nervous and I start talking really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, my voice is naturally already kind of deep, so it varies in my situation. But typically, it tends to go deeper when I'm really into a guy. I don't know why. It goes from like my kind of normal voice to like very white. And I don't know, in my mind it's like my sexy voice, so I kind of do it tends to go definitely a slower pace, and I tend to be a little bit like, hey, how you doing? So what's up with you? What's your name? So
Yeah, I kind of have a low voice, so I have to make sure that I talk clear and high to make sure I'm good, and especially when I'm nervous.
People have even said like they thought I was a very flirty person and other things, and they just realized that that's my way of deadening certain things. Yeah, some personality. And so it makes like starting friendships really awkward.
As like one flirtatious person would do the exact same thing for all the other people. They would like push around, poke, smile, laugh. Like, I mean, they'll do everything that makes it seem like they're flirting, but they would do that with multiple people, so it's kind of hard to distinguish.
yeah, I've been on the bad side of it. I was definitely in the club, and I was kind of feeling the moment, you know, vibing, having drinks, and I'm like, oh, this guy bought me a drink, you know, he must be feeling me, you know, he's making eye contact, gave me a compliment, but really he was just new in town and didn't know anyone, and he was just like, I just like to party, and I was like, hey, can I get your number, and he was like, no, I'm not really feeling it. He was like, I hope you have a good night, and I was like, burn.
In my high school, it was always very verbal. It's like, it wasn't much like personal touching or anything. You always try to flirt people through like jokes or just trying to find a common ground for conversation. But then I'll come here, and the way people flirt is like drawing on you or touching you, or always trying to be right next to you when you're doing something.
Like, they would act super friendly and like really want to hang out with me a lot, and then like it just kind of like, oh, next weekend they just had a boyfriend. I was like, what? Okay.
Don't be overboard or creepy. I think that boys have a tendency to be like, she has to know that I think she's cute. Like, ugh.
Yeah,
I mean,
Like, don't overcompliment.
yeah, it's okay. I mean, girls are smart. I mean, if you kind of nudge us, we're gonna say, okay, you're interested.
Well, I do feel like there's a misconception with being a gentleman and being interested, and being a lady and being interested. Just because a guy opens a door for you doesn't mean, oh my God, he's so into me, he opened that door for me, you know? Or just because he opens the door for you doesn't mean that he doesn't believe that you're a strong, independent woman and you can open the damn door by yourself. It's just showing that you're there for that person, and you want that person to know that you're trying to show them that you want to take care of them. So I feel like when it comes to flirting for both genders, and whether it's a straight man flirting with a girl or a gay man flirting with another gay man or whatever it may be, there's common ground as far as you want to be engaged with that person, you want to talk to that person all the time, you want to be around that person all the time, and you'll do whatever it takes to make sure that they notice that you're there and that you're willing to go that extra mile, whether that's batting your eyelashes or looking engaged in their conversation or making sure that you're around them a lot. I feel that's a lot of it.
I think if you communicate more rather than just with gestures, it could be better, because then you'll have more of an assurance whether the person likes you or not.
Yeah, I'll say talking as well. Probably just being in a setting that's by yourself. At the same time, probably help you too.
You know what? sometimes when I flash that big smile their way, they should just send one right back. That would cut down on the time factor by about 75%.
I think touching, just like the little stuff, kind of the arm, the shoulder, that kind of thing. It's a little more obvious and
More direct.
it helps. Yeah, a little more direct. I'm all about the direct flirting. So.